Dear students, hope you all are doing well. Today we will start with process control under statistical quality control. Process control monitors the quality of the product or service while it is being produced. It provides information about whether the product or service is being produced in conformance with the design specifications or not, and provides warning signals whenever the process is out of control, indicating that future production may not meet the design specifications. Quality characteristics may be measurable or countable. They are continuous variables and can adopt any value on a continuous scale. So what exactly process control do? It monitors the quality of the product. Now under quality control techniques. Now there are basically two types of countable data. That is, when we are producing the products, now if it doesn't meet the design specification, it will be defective. And if it meet the design specifications, it will be non-defective, or functioning or not functioning, or working or not working. Whenever the attribute has only two options, say for example defective or non-defective, that is here, pass or fail, yes or no, we use P charts or proportion charts. We use P charts or proportion charts. Now here, as we have only two options, defective or non-defective, it follows binomial distribution, because in binomial distribution we know that there are only two options. One is probability of defective, another is probability of non-defective. So that's why this type of data follows the binomial distribution. Now attribute data of this type also, if it is an attribute data, it also follows Poisson distribution, and that we will discuss later on with the help of C charts. Now first we have to deal with P charts, that is process control for attributes with P charts. Measurement by attributes that follows the binomial distributions involves taking samples and using a single decision. That is, the item is good or bad, then defective or non-defective, like this. Simple statistics can be used to prepare control chart. To prepare the control charts, a number of samples will be given or taken. The sample size should be such that we can expect to count the attribute twice in each sample. For example, if machine produce 1% defectives, then the appropriate sample size is 200, because here it is already written. The proportion of defectives can be found from the samples, and upper and lower control limits are established, which are as following. First is, we have to find P bar. P bar is nothing but total number of defects in all samples by total number of items sampled. Now this you can understand when we will take some problem, that is as an example. Now samples may not be of same size. Suppose we are taking 10 samples. It is not true that every sample will have the same size. Say sample 1 is 150, sample 2 is 150, not like that. Sample 1 may be 150, sample 2 may be 130, like that. So it is not like that, it will be always same. So the sample size may not be same. Now first P bar we have found. Next you have to find the standard deviation of P bar, sigma P bar. Sigma P bar. which is root over p bar into 1 minus p bar whole divided by n. Whole divided by n. Root over p bar into 1 minus p bar whole divided by n, where sigma p bar is standard error or proportion and n is the average sample size. Now, the control limits are defined as p bar plus minus z into sigma p bar. What is z? I am coming later on. Now, upper control limit will be p bar plus z into sigma p bar, and the lower control limit will be p bar minus z into sigma p bar. Now, let us see what is basically this jet. Now, this jet has a value from 1 to 3. Now, the value of the z normally taken is 3. If it is not written in the question that you have to take z as 2 or 1, you have to always take it as 3 if it is not written in the question. Now, this z can be 2 also, 1 also. So, for 1, it is 1 sigma control limit. If it is 2, it is 2 sigma control limit. Now, here we have taken it as 3. So, it is 3 sigma control limit. Now, let us take one problem. Now, here we have 10 samples, 1 to 10, with a different size, sample size, and with a different number of defectives. See, here we have different number of defectives. As I have said, size will not be same. So, here we have taken different size. Now, on the basis of the above data, we have to obtain the sigma control limits of the control chart for defective proportions. Then first what we will do? First we will find the proportion of defectives, that is the P. Now how we find this? This is nothing but number of defectives divided by the size. Number of defectives divided by the size. Again, in the first sample it is 7 by 148, second sample it is 6 by 160, third one 8 by 155, and so on. So how this we have found? Now we have rather rounded up to 3 decimal places. Now what is the total sample? Now you have to add all the samples here. Add all the samples. Now you will get total sample, item sampled as 1600. And the total number of defectives, add all the defectives, it is 76. And what is the average sample size? 1600 divided by total number of samples, that is 1600 divided by 10. So that is 160. Now what is P bar? P bar is the total number of defects in all samples divided by total number of items sampled. So what we are getting? 76 divided by 1600, which is 0.047. And what is sigma P bar? It is, we have got P bar as this 0.047 into 1 minus P bar, that is 0.953. So multiply that, divided by this n is the average sample size, 160. So we are getting 0.017. Now if we use 3 sigma control limit, what we will get? First you have to find the upper control limit. P bar plus z into sigma P bar, where z equals to 3. So we are getting 0.098. That is the upper control limit. Now lower control limit, what we are getting? 0.047 minus 3 into 0.017. That is minus of 0.004. But defects cannot be minus. Defects cannot be minus. So we have to take the lower control limit as 0. Any kind of minus value, if it comes in the lower control limit, you have to take it as 0. So here we will take it as 0. So we have got this 0. Now upper and lower control limits are set at plus minus 2 sigma. This is not 6. This is sigma. somehow I have mistyped. So it is sigma, not 6. So remember, this is plus minus 2 sigma. Now what is upper warning limits? Upper warning limits will be 0.047 p bar plus 2 into this sigma, this one, this. So it is 0.081. Lower warning limit minus this, so we are getting this. Minus 2 into sigma, so this we are getting. So warning limits we have found, control limits we have found. Now we have to draw the chart. Now how we will draw the chart? Now this is the chart. Here we have got the sample size. This is the sample size. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to this. This is the upper control limit. That is what we have got. Upper control limit 0.098. Lower control limit is 0. Lower control limit is 0. Now for first observation you have to plot first. So observation 1, that is the sample 1. Let us go to sample 1. So in sample 1, what is the proportion of defective? This is sample 1. Now this is the proportion of defective, that is 0.047. So that you have to plot here. Basically I have drawn it went to 0.52 like that. But it will be here. That is in the central line. This P bar is the central line. Here it will be the dot. Here itself will be the dot. So 0.047 is the first one. So it will be in the central line. Next one we have 0.038. So it will be below the central line. So like that you have to draw all the dots, plot the dots according to the sample numbers. Then you have to join the dots with straight line. You have to join the dots with straight line. Now you have to see that under 3 sigma control limit, whether any of the dots is going outside upper control limit or going below the lower control limit. Now if it is not, then under 3 sigma control limits, your process is under control. But if any of the dots are going outside the upper control limit or below the lower control limit, that particular sample you have to reject because that is out of control. So this is a very fundamental concept to draw the P chart and to interpret the chart by only going through the diagram which we have drawn here. So this diagram also you have to draw. So this is P chart. Now next comes C chart. Next comes C chart. Now what is this C chart? Some attributes already I have said that it follows Poisson distribution. It follows Poisson distribution. For example, defects on a polished surface. Defects on a polished surface. The defects can be counted, but the sample size or the potential defects are not known. Every point on the surface of each are noted. The average number of defects is determined by C. And the upper and lower control limits can be determined in the following manner, this manner. That is C bar equals to total number of defects divided by total number of pieces sampled, where upper control limit is C bar plus Z into root over C bar, lower control limit C bar minus Z into root over C bar. These two things you have to remember. Now let us take an example so that we can understand in a simple manner. The problem is given as machine-made carpets is manufactured in big rolls of various lengths before they are cut into standard size rolls for sale at retail stores. OCM carpets want to monitor the quantity of its roll. 20 rolls were inspected at a random and the results are the following. So what are the results? Roll number 1, number of defects 12. Roll number 2, 8, 3, 5, 4, 7, 5, 14, 6, 9 and so on up to 20 number of rows. So this is your problem. Now you have to prepare a control chart. So how you will prepare that? Now total number of defects first we have to add. All of the defects you have to add. Now if you add all the defects, you will get it as 200. You will get it as 200. C bar is what? 200 divided by the number of rows, that is 20. So that is 10 C bar. And root over C bar is how much? 3.16. Root over 10, that is 3.16. Upper control limit is how much? C bar plus 3 into root over C bar. So 10 plus 3 into 3.16, which becomes 19.48. Lower control limit is how much? 10 minus 3 into this, so that is 0.52. Now warning limit again, just like plus minus 2 sigma in P chart, here plus minus 2 root over C bar. So upper warning limit is 10 plus this 2 into root over C bar, that is 16.32. And the lower warning limit is 10 minus this, that is 2 into 3.16. Now from here again the same, how you will draw the charts, same as the P chart, just like what you have drawn here. Same way you have to draw the C chart, that is you have to first go for the observations 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Then you have to draw the central line here, that is C bar. Then you have to go with the upper control limit, that is 19 point something. Then lower control limit 0 point something, which we have already found, that is here 19.48 is the upper control limit, 0.52 is the lower control limit, and the central line is this 10. Now you have to draw, or you have to plot the dots, that is the number of defects. That is for roll number 1 you have to plot 12, roll number 2 8, like that you have to continuously plot all these points. Roll number 3 5, like that. Then you have to join the dots with again the straight lines. So I have not drawn the control chart, that is the C chart. Now this C chart is basically left for the learners. You can draw it by yourself. So it is basically for you. Try. Good luck and a good day. Thank you. See you in the next class.